Hey everybody, this is Nathan at Listen Up, and now is an excellent time to be looking for a music streamer because there's a ton of great options being released right now, including a new updated version of a streamer that has been very popular around the near $1,000 price point. And that is the all-new Cambridge CXN100. Quick disclaimer, we are shooting this video prior to the official release of the CXN100. And so for that reason, we don't have an actual demonstration of the front display or the StreamMagic software at this time. Now on its third rendition, the CXN100 will be replacing the CXN V2. Now, it's widely believed that Cambridge nailed the first version of the CXN, which came out back in 2015, and then nailed it again back in 2018 with the V2. Making light but meaningful improvements for a streamer that was already really good. So the story with the CXN so far has been, when you make something great, try to make the updates, keep it current, but avoid anything radical, because why overhaul something that's already checking all the boxes? So that story continues with the new CXN100. Nothing major, just slight but again meaningful improvements on an already great go-to streamer. Returning is the incredibly well-built chassis. Instead of cramming a design into as small of a unit as possible, Cambridge designed the streamer in a full-size chassis consistent with the simplistic but elegant design language of the CX series. Of course, the color display, which is bigger and brighter than its predecessor, the V2, gives you all the desired metadata, including the track title, your artist, the album artwork, and even your playback resolution. The new CXN100 also has preamp capabilities in the event that a preamp is not already present or you're going to powered speakers. So this can handle the volume control for any connected digital source, allowing you to simplify and reduce components if you so choose. Another thing you'll notice is that the USB port on the front is no longer available on the new model. We just have one on the back. I think it actually looks a lot better that way. Otherwise, our inputs are going to be exactly the same. We're going to have optical, coax, and asynchronous feedback USB inputs as well. The Bluetooth on the CXN100 is now built in, whereas on the V2, it required a dongle that was attached to the back. Our outputs are going to include analog balanced and unbalanced outputs, as well as digital outputs in the event that you have a DAC that for any reason might outperform the one built into this model. But speaking of DAC, the CXN100 is now using an ESS ES9028 Q2M, which is a huge update from the previous Wolfson WM8740. The new ESS DAC has an increased potential playback resolution from 24-bit at 96 kilohertz to now 32 bits, 768 kilohertz. So yeah, not much that the CXN100 can't handle as far as playback resolution. And the ESS Sabre DACs now sound much better, and it measures better. In fact, better than any DAC that Cambridge has used in any of their devices. Another huge improvement is the Generation 4 of the StreamMagic app. It supports all streaming services, including Spotify Connect, Tidal Connect, Qobuz, and Deezer, which are all built in. Plus, it now has full MQA decoding. It's also going to feature Chromecast and AirPlay and is Roon ready, which is going to be very advantageous if you want to do any sort of multi-room utilization or multi-room music throughout the house. Probably the most notable improvement is the sound of the CXN, as it should be. It is sonically much more revealing, offering more nuances and subtleties than the previous models. Yet, Cambridge has maintained the smooth, natural sounding characteristics that were so highly praised in the first iteration of the CXN. Now, while it looks familiar, the CXN has actually undergone huge changes underneath the hood. At Cambridge, hundreds of hours were spent listening and swapping out the most critical components in the audio chain, such as capacitors, in order to tune the entire post-DAC analog stage within the unit. This results in increased signal-to-noise ratio, reduced distortion, and overall gives us a much more pristine digital music experience. So to put it all together, the CXN100 is the absolute best version of the CXNs to be released. Cambridge has continued to be consistent with not only the design and the functionality of this streamer, but they've also taken the opportunities to update and improve the most important aspects required of a network streamer. These things include the overall sonic performance, its integration with very high-end resolution streaming services, as well as your other digital sources. It has an excellent experience with the user interface and app, and it's very versatile and has the ability to be a useful part of the system for a long time. If you have any questions about the CXN100 or you'd like to hear one, go ahead and visit any of our showrooms or hit us up online at listenup.com. Go ahead and hit that like button and feel free to follow us for future videos. Thanks. See you later.